1, 2, 3, jump. It's 1, 2, 3 on the clock right now. The 1 of the Magician, the 23 of the King of Wands. And I have a bunch of messages for you and the Twin Flame read in front of you. I didn't do a union read today, so we're going to get right into it. I have like 3 big messages though. A lot of information came through. So let's first go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Let's go ahead and do that. You might want to focus on your sacral and your solar plexus today. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. Hope you're having an amazing day. And thank you for being here. Okay. So the first message is going to be a Metatron message. I did a Metatron message and then I did 2 of my messages of the day, which are the 4 deck messages. And then from that 3rd message, I actually pulled some cards from the energy deck because I felt like it wasn't finished, like it wasn't at the end. And it was a great download that came out after that. So let's get right into it because there's a lot to cover. Let me show you the picture of this first message. The sun just came out really bright. It hasn't been really bright all day. It's been sunny, but it just really brightened up for you guys. All right, so this is the first message is from the Metatron deck. Okay. So that was at 7:14 this morning. Oh, by the way, I didn't sleep a wink again last night, but actually I feel pretty good. So you never know. Some days I don't sleep and I can't function. Actually today I'm very functional. I got a lot done this morning actually. 7:14 is 7:14, but it's also 7 of the Chariot and 14 of the Temperance card, which is about patience and balance and that higher love of the angels. And the 7, the Chariot, is the vehicle of ascension and infiltration, getting into something, a group or person or whatever you need to do healing on. The Chariot is the energy of the feminine within the masculine, infiltrating into something in order to purify from within. So Metatron, we have the underlying energy, we're gold, then letting go, and then the Akashic Records. So Akashic Records coming up big today to review Akashic Records. The colors overall were gold, orange, and red, specifically today. So really lower chakra energies, clearing out the root. You might want to focus on a meditation. Just focus on your root chakra. Ask your root chakra what wants to come up. And then go to your sacral chakra and to your solar plexus. See if there's anything visual you can get or whatever your abilities are. See what will come up for you that you could perhaps focus on clearing. So, red, orange, and yellow, and fire. It's like fire. It's like doing the dance with the fire. Like when the fire gets too much for the masculine, then the feminine needs to take over some of that fire. And I was definitely getting that message today. So the first card out was detach from drama. So really important is just to stay out of drama. You don't need to, immerse yourself in that stuff. You certainly can go out into the world and do your thing, but don't purposely, call someone is going to trigger you, that kind of thing. So right now, especially, it's important for you to be there for each other energetically. The underlying energy is the Holy Grail, the replenishment of filling your cup before giving to others with that Christ light or that unity consciousness. You can imagine the healing hand hovering above your head, sending that Christ golden white light or any colors you like just hovering over your head and streaming down around you. And also for clearing, you can imagine a magnet above your head pulling out all the crap that doesn't belong in you, right? If there's any hooks or implants, whatever it is, allow that magnet to just take it all out. And just, you'll feel it when it's done doing its thing. It'll pull away naturally. You just have to trust and follow your instincts. So, again, the Holy Grail replenishment, fill your cup with the Christ light. Allow your healing, as well as sending out healing to others. As the fall, again, changes to the winter, it's a big time. Every time we switch seasons, it's like the articulation of the book, the binder of the book. Right? We have to be flexible right there. To let go of control and review Akashic records. The first card out was detaching from 3D drama, to look up. So if you're feeling sad today, which is fine, allow those feelings to come through, but allow yourself to look up as well. That it's okay to look up when you've been feeling, maybe you've been crying your butt off for a half an hour, and then all of a sudden you look up and you feel fine, which is you doing it. You're allowing the purge to come through without resisting it, and allowing yourself to come back to center again without a whole big drawn out thing. So the King of Cups was coming up right after that as the Divine Feminine, and unconditional love. And I'd gone outside at that point because I try to follow the guidance as I'm doing the cards as well. And the sun wasn't quite up yet. It was still rising. And it was very yellow-orangey today. Like not the full rainbow spectrum, but very yellow-orangey, which are the two colors that came up in the cards, too, for us to focus on today. So very much that solar plexus and sacral, but also that golden light that's very healing for us. So review at night, and this was at 7:35, the Chariot and the Wounded Warrior. Right, when you're at night and perhaps you're more vulnerable at night to certain feelings coming in, review Akashic records, so do your meditations and sit silently with yourself to ground or take a time out, a need to spend time with your higher self, to reflect the shaman here. So Thanksgiving, the shaman came up in the same place yesterday. It's really about the Native Americans and also other natives, Aborigines and things like that, about really giving thanks to them for taking care of the land and for having come together at Thanksgiving, which is what started Thanksgiving. So to give your thanks to the Indian cultures. And also Yuma specifically was coming up. And the Yuma is called the, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but Quechua. And so the Indian heritage, and maybe you have some shaman in you that you may be feeling today or maybe coming up for you this week because that's your heritage. So if there's some kind of specific tribe that comes up for you, it's a message for you this week that that's your heritage. So I need to reflect, and I always knew that the one past life I've always known since I was very young, because every reader I ever went to brought up the same past life. I was a Native American Indian. So I was never positive about the tribe, although some had brought a tribe or two up before. But today I was very specifically getting that I do have a historic connection to the Yuma Native Americans, the Quechua. And it was funny because as I'm doing this stuff about the shaman, my son was coming up and his nickname is Chew, like Chua. And then they were telling me, well, yeah, it's because he's a connection to Quechua with you. So I was looking up definitions for that word. Yuma doesn't have any, there's no big definition for the word other than the city in America. But for me, it's important because Sam had given me that as my soul name, Yuma, which he had said meant the dawn. So for me, obviously it meant something because I definitely resonated with that. And I was in Arizona for 5 years. I was right next to Yuma for a long time. So the meaning came up as what it is to be high, sweet and sour, alkaline and acidic. So these opposites were coming up. as well as the Q on how to rub, LOL. And then Chua, it was really funny because all of a sudden my stomach growled and it sounded like Chewbacca. And my son used to, dress up as Chewbacca because his nickname is Chewy. So it literally sounded like Chewbacca, which I've never thought that before. And so, of course, I had to text my son and said, my stomach just growled like Chewy, and he's laughing. And then I was dealing with the name, Quechua. And that's when I got that message, and I'd sent that to him as well. Yuma is the city of sunshine. It's 91% sun all year, and there's a lot of things grown there. It's big on lettuce as well. I was very surprised to see how much farming is done in Yuma. There was guidance to go off-grid, perhaps away from drama. That can be meditation. That can be going someplace you don't ever usually go, or just away from the city. Abundance of the flower of life expanding in the cosmos and mirroring back to you. Patterns. So there's patterns in this row coming up. The gridlock, right, of the electromagnetic grid, the flower of life, and then the diamond light. The Christ unity grid energy, the diamond light, and the human flowers of Gaia between Metatron's magnetic grid, which for me, Metatron and Michael are thunder and lightning. So Metatron's magnetic grid was coming up regarding the twin flames. Michael's lightning, electric judgment, coming up as the wake-up call, and the flower being the monkey in the middle, or Gaia, in the middle of all this. So the dance of leadership here and answering the call, and I was getting specific calls. You may get phone calls today. The King of Wands needs balancing today, so you need to help your masculine with balancing that fire energy. You might need to take some of it off their hands, which may be why I feel so good today, because he didn't want that fire energy, and I got it to give me energy. The Knight of Wands with a passion for life also, so the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands, taking some of the heat away from him to get going. The fire of the sun and the dragon's strength of the higher self, which is your twin, and the solar plexus, which was one of the chakras that came up significantly today. The solar is sun, right? It's being sunny, being confident, where you get your empowerment in your solar plexus. The Queen of Wands stretch. Also, the Queen of Wands is coming up as all this Wands energy of stretching again for connection and attunement with golden orange day today, and to travel on. Release all that stuck energy. Be creative and brave, perhaps in traffic perhaps, or on a journey at 8:07, which is the strength of the dance and the 7 of the chariot. Beacon, shine your light of Atlas, grounding and integrating and mastering, allowing yourself to receive love, sending light to others and receiving love in return. Happiness as well from the birds and other signs. And by the way, my blue jays came back again today, and they let me know they're there. So the squirrels had eaten up all the seeds I put out. So when the blue jay came this morning, I went out there and put some seeds, but I don't know if he ever returned. I think they thought they were out of luck and they left, but sometimes they come back later in the day to get to see if anything's there. Making their rounds, I guess. But yeah, they were funny. He was like calling me. And I called back. I said, wait, I'm getting seed. And I took seed out there, but they didn't wait for me. I thought they were still waiting in the tree, but they had left. So focus on your structure as well, your hips and wings, which has been coming up all week. At 8:08, the twin flames dancing between their masculine and feminine. So you need to focus on the balance of the hips and wings. And again, put your hands on your shoulders and do that, especially circling your elbows backwards. You'll really feel the clicking in your wings. The Queen of Swords comes up there, sharing her knowledge. At 8:11, which 11 is justice, truth, and balance, that's when the blue jay came in. He called out to me. He checked the planter, and I yelled to him, I'll get you some seeds. So I did, and I took it out, but they flew to the tree. And the tree is so orange right now. The leaves are so beautiful and bright. And again, the priorities may be coming up that I need to put some seed out for the birds. And then they showed me, this was the funniest picture. You know how I told you that Nat was seeing me as the dragon's eye because I'm so big compared to them? It was the same thing today. They were showing me that the birds see me as Big Bird. I'm going to show you the cards. So these 3 cards here, right? This is the birds, and they're like, I don't know how well you can see the bird's face, but they're kind of like giving me the side eye, right? Because look, I look like a big bird here. right? So he sees me as a bird that's really funky like this. It's really funny, the messages that come through sometimes. So that gave me a good laugh. Okay, so, yeah, and Big Bird, of course, is sunny and yellow. So authentic self, who are you today? And that may be different from yesterday. The Six of Cups is coming up with talking to your inner child. Talk to both your feminine and your masculine inner child. Talk to the inner child and then communicate with others, being free to speak and be heard. In transition, flying free, big birds, you all. Do you remember being a bird or native or aborigine? Blues and cardinals, like my tree, but at the beach are seagulls and such. So what floats your boat? You know, it's showing you what is it that you love? What do you prefer? The divine masculine goes magnetic with twin, choosing leadership path to dance with the sun. The second section here is the divine feminine, contemplating the mysteries of life in a time out, with Gaia to help balance the divine masculine king of wands with that sun energy, the fire energy, and the queen of wands by moving their body and stretching to release the pent-up energy, relieving some of the fiery energies from the king of wands and the queen of wands. The third section here is the truth of the shaman and Thanksgiving and Excalibur, which is coming up as his peace pipe, as the cosmos mirrors you in judgment, with the Knight of Wands, with a love for life, red light, green light, as Christmas approaches, focusing on the sacral energy and the solar plexus and the wings. So again, yeah, this can be, you know, if we're you or someone you know in judgment of Native Americans. So anything that you put out there is saying it's being mirrored back to you for the Native Americans right now. It's interesting because I met someone who was going to be the chief of his tribe at a bar in New York City, you know, 30 years, how long was it? Yeah, it was probably 30 years ago or even more. So at 8:30 is the dance, and then the 30 of the Four of Wands. And that's the union as well. And so I did another meditation here. I did a meditation earlier because it said that one of the yoga cards I pulled said to focus on the lower half of your body as the soil, and the upper half of your body as a white lotus opening. So when I visualized that, I was seeing my inner little girl and little boy like frolicking within the petals of the lotus. It was really cute and beautiful. They were being very free. And then they were just being silly and having fun, and they weren't really paying any attention to me. So now when I meditated at 8:30 this morning, my little girl was making little googly eyes at me, like being silly, like she wasn't smiling. So I was wondering what's up, and nothing. And then she just came really, really close to my face. You know how kids do, to make googly eyes at you like an owl. So she did that, and I asked where he is, and he came over next to her. And then when I asked to see his face, first he showed me a very dirty boy like Oliver, the orphan, with brown eyes and really dirty, but didn't look at all like him. And then all of a sudden, like when I said, that's not you, and then a sweet little boy popped up on my lap with wispy hair and blue eyes, but didn't stay long, right? Because, you know, boys always want to get up after they sit down. But it was just showing you, you know, the masculine's going through that stage of walking away with nothing. And then I saw my hands, because I had my hands together on my lap. But all of a sudden my hands turned into my mother's hands and my father's hands, both. And my dad, I was getting a message from my dad, because I told you my dad was going into my nephew's daughter, and I haven't been up to see her yet. So my dad was telling me to go visit him. It was really funny. So that was at 8:38, the dance of the 38, which is the Queen of Cups, which is very much the Mary Magdalene, divine feminine energy. So the next message of the day, just make sure I'm showing you the right one. This is the next message I'm giving you. Okay, and this is my 4-deck read for the message of the day. And that one is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook, the Lenormand Reverie, the Gilded Tarot, and the Kipper deck. And so both of these next two are the same. So this was at 9:22 this morning, the message of the day. The underlying energy was the bee, the storks, the Six of Cups children loving each other, and occupation. So the hardworking carpenter bee is buzzing by, not wanting to be seen, which is funny because I thought I saw my ex driving by today. I'm not sure if it was them or not because it wasn't a car I recognized, but someone slowed down in front of my house. So the bee buzzing by, not wanting to be seen. At the storks nesting the golden egg with dreams coming true and things looking up, with the Six of Cups, soulmates or children loving each other, with occupation, with energetic exchange, or a lot of back and forth in an occupation. The lamb and the mouse are whispering, the mouse specifically whispering to the lamb as to what to do, right? Because the mouse is more nervous, the lamb is more calm but innocent. As the tiger strolls in, he's big compared to them, and the hawk flies away, clearing as they go, letting the bee know. The tiger is stalking the birds and the bees. Lucky pup or romantic pup wanting to go for a walk, to cross twin bridges with the Queen of Cups, with wise counsel cracking the whip with rod and staff for dreams to come true. After an unhappy ending, good news comes in as the wounded warrior gets down on one knee or is too weak to stand after the long journey. Then standing up to light the torch and come clean, to get clean or clean up their act or space, or a deception, or up before dawn, with patience or patient, or with patience or Cancer reversed and Sagittarius upright, who's holding on with their cards close to their chest or keeping their money close to their chest so nobody can get it. With the Six of Cups loving kids and inner children or soulmates and fond memories. The Queen of Cups is working hard on the wounded warrior's path to help the King of Wands or take care of legal paperwork or court work or official person or on the Fool's journey, or the King of Wands could be coming forward to make it official, leaving the wounded warrior behind. The older man with concerns about standing up or about imprisonment at the moment, or imprisoned by a gift or their own gifts, a romantic little girl or moonchild, and the main male magician occupied by that energetic exchange, which can be arrows of love going back and forth, or communication or travel, or sexual energy, or just lots to do at work. But that's coming up a lot. And now this romantic child can be a little girl. It can be a Cancer little girl, perhaps, especially if it's a moon child. It could be a puppy or a pet, but it also can be the inner child of the feminine when that comes up. So it can be any of those three things for me. At 9:39, which is the Hermit and the Queen of Cups. The first section here was the lizard, the collective, and the dragonfly. The collective is the snake with the kundalini wrapped around the collective awakening. Perhaps the lizard and the dragonfly are left out of the loop in the collective awakening. The lizard is opening doors on the Fool's journey for the Page of Cups reversed to be rejected and leave as the King of Cups, like they're leaving as the King of Cups but with nothing, so they look like an orphan boy because all of a sudden they're being put into the role of being a child. Collective in the labyrinth, confused or on how to get to the middle and come together to find an escape to get to the Page of Cups reversed to offer an empty room or completion here. The dragonfly, with two hearts as one, is conflicted about exposing all with the King of Pentacles and perhaps their reputation in the community. The Page of Cups reversed may be escaping from the King of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles is trying to find a way to get time to retrieve the Page of Cups reversed. Or the Page of Cups reversed knows to go to the King of Cups or the Knight of Cups, or if they can't go to the family, they go to the King of Pentacles, which may be a relative too, but not their immediate family. And then we have, and that can just be rejection as well, the Page of Cups reversed. But again, that can be a child, that can be a pet, that can be someone who's feeling downtrodden or rejected. And so the second section here is the hyena, the scorpion, and the zebra, along with honey bunny. The hyena and Scorpio, or scorpion, but that's definitely scorpion energy, in a sneak attack, both of them, on the zebra who's awake, with the bunny with them afraid of everything. The hyena is slithering home to recover from exile, inspired by unexpected income or someone who's incoming. So maybe that's why they ended up coming, and maybe they didn't really want to come, but they found out somebody was coming, so now they are, or that they're going to get some kind of benefit from coming. The scorpion with their stinger out in abundant energetic exchange or wanting sex, with the Queen of Wands thief who stole their heart, or defensive exchange here with their ex at 951, which is the Hermit and the King of Swords. So the zebra, which can be the divine feminine, inspired to crack codes and fluff around the house perhaps as a wise privileged lady, or the sovereign hanging out with a privileged lady, and the rabbit with the King of Wands and Rugrats in the kitchen, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed on the journey of despair, or the pair, or kicked out him and his dog or rabbit, or crazy kids coming over and wrecking the place. Recovering from exile, injury, illness, or rehab, perhaps an ex or someone without affection, with the sovereign upright and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, who could be sisters or mother and daughter. And they can be friends too if they're both earth signs. The hyena is inspired by unexpected income or an unexpected invitation, with the Queen of Wands or thief to privileged ladies on the journey of despair, or with the divine masculine. The third section here is the tarantula, the deer, and the elk. So the tarantula is all about being at a crossroads, deer one, with doe eyes and hot-headed elk, or someone with red hair or a headdress on for Thanksgiving. The tarantula and the child in transition, with the Queen of Cups, a loving, mature woman, or they're one and the same. Deer one, the wounded warrior, with nowhere to go, resisting sudden changes, or after a sudden event with wealthy man in transition. The elk loses their temper, with Atlas, weight of the world burdens, in disconnect or at a distance, or in a breakup with their partner, or at a distance from the one he wants to court, as the Emperor, or for a home, stability, or a place to stay. The Queen of Cups is resisting sudden changes or events, with loving, mature woman, or perhaps she is a loving, mature woman, and the wealthy man in transition, courting them to bridge a distance gap. The fourth section here is the spider, the octopus, and the fish, lighting up the grid with octopus teacher, but their right hand doesn't know what their left hand is doing, and or vice versa. And the fish is out of water or scattered without direction, both in dark waters because they can't see where they're going. They can't see a way out. The spider's web, and then I was getting Cyndi Lauper, time after time, as the King of Cups is collapsing timelines by dumping everything and catching a train, or the love train, or the electromagnetic Baker man, the octo with family expansion and heads a-buzzin' with the hermit reversed, elder with dementia, or families making you crazy, or coming out since 28 is expecting them. The fish with sudden events of epiphany or sexual exchange, or galactic dreams with the Page of Wands inspired by a house in a judgment, or excited to look at a house. The King of Cups is rushing out before they're stuck in traffic or on the web to the Hermit reversed in hopes they come out, perhaps even pick them up from the train station, as the Page of Wands is excited. Destined journey to the lady in waiting at the house, perhaps child coming home for the holiday. The fifth section here is the worm, raccoon, the firefly, and the nightingale. The newbie and the raccoon, and the newbie can definitely be a newborn baby or just a new one. It's definitely a young energy who's very green. And the raccoon is very sad, keeping a mask over their eyes. Maybe they wear a mask when they sleep at night, and they've been crying so they don't want anyone to see their eyes. The raccoon's sad about masking and can't see them, or maybe this is upsetting to wear the mask because you can't really a baby can't see your face if you're wearing a mask, so they don't really recognize you. Or worried there's no food left in the trash. After all, it is a raccoon. The firefly's all lit up and inspired when the nightingale sings, clearing the air. The worm at 28, which again, 28 is a twin flames, but it can be an address. It's my number, actually. And the loving male is weakened at 1017, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the star. The main male or or the loving male, is weakened by the main female here. The raccoon with a mask and sad or covered eyes, inspired by a passionate letter, mail or communication, to or of the Knight of Cups reversed, or it could be a rejection letter, or a love letter, or a proposal of the Empress, marriage, abundance, or hope someday that they be together. With the firefly with fleeting inspiration, and a pushy mama bear, or perhaps a devilish partner, pushing the songbird away, inspired to or by the hermit during changes here. The nightingale Cancer, or the group of birds here, the nightingale Cancer, or Tweety birds coming up here, or Gladys Knight and the Pips, or the band Journey, singing of being left for dead at Atlas, or with the weight of the world on their shoulders, with everything to hope for and nothing to ground into, only distant horizons at 10:25, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands. So this next message of the day is this one here. And I top it off, this message of the day, with the energy deck to end it. And I ended up pulling a bunch of cards, but it was a really good message. Okay. So this one starts out at 12:02 to 12:03, which is the 12 of the Hanging Man, the 2 of the High Priestess, and the 3 of the Empress. And a lot of times in the read in front of you on the table, the Empress and the High Priestess will come up together as sisters, like perhaps a grandmother and their sister, or perhaps your mother and their sister, that kind of energy. The message of the day here and the underlying energy was the fire ants, the anchor, the King of Pentacles reversed, and thoughts, which is a man thinking of a woman. And right away I was getting the ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah, which was interesting because if you watch Sam the Illusionist today, he just did a channeling from Metatron about the 144, which says that Elon Musk was one of the 144,000 who were the ones who were supposed to come back to help with the awakening, that went to Series B to then come here. But what he said in the video, which you can watch the video, but said that Elon Musk was, and I'd said that before, that it really felt like he was at a crossroads on whether he follows his heart or he follows the dark. And he said he was one of the 144,000, except that he had lost his way, right? Because the veil, you forget everything. And he did, take up with the dark Orions. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but just so you know what's coming up, you can watch that video for more information. It was very interesting. I was definitely resonating with it since I'd brought up Elon before about that. So the inflamed entry wound was coming up here. The focus on this, only to heal. So put your focus on a wound to heal it, but don't focus on wounds or disasters or things like that, because it will just exacerbate the situation. So only focus on the entry wound when you're working on healing it. Don't focus on it because it's like, something you can't resist looking at. The crowds without an anchor, coming from miles around to see the birthing of the twin flames, having trouble anchoring in, with the Page of Pentacles reversed, ungrounded, with sudden thoughts of a woman. The otter is very friendly and curious, and the scared bunny there too, with the wolf who's stunned into submission, who can't believe their eyes that it's actually happening or true. It could be a scene of an accident as well, or a famous person, or rod and staff unions with the golden nest egg, with dreams coming true of union, with spiritual maturity and peace, inspired by cracking codes in the Knight of Wands, committed to the circle of trust and breaking through the ring of fire. Justice in that rod and staff unions, the cracking of the whip with the rugrats and the critters, and those making a mess with the King of Wands, standing up for himself with the key to freedom of unity consciousness, and the wounded warrior cutting anchor. The Devil, Queen of Wands, or Capricorn and Queen of Wands, hot, hot, hot right here, with happy family or ending with the past returning, or dealing with difficult kids and depression or arrogance, or Aquarius reversed, and the need to heal and dream, and frustrated recovering from a marriage, religion, and or an establishment, or Taurus at the workplace, with the Page of Cups struggling to find their way out from under the radar, with the King of Pentacles reversed, and or he feeling like a failure or attention-seeking behavior because he wants attention. After relationship judication, but this could be religious judication as well, and the message of concern, of union, and a higher love with the high priestess or higher self main female, the loving mature woman, this can be two people or one person, conflicted by healthcare or healthcare issues, and can be themselves or other people, and imprisoned by gifts or romantic little girl or moon child, or man with sudden thoughts of a woman and ungrounded by it at 12:19, which is the hanging man and the sun. By the way, Sam was also calling those 144 the wanderers, because he categorized them as the starseeds, the wanderers, and then the originals from Earth. And he categorized the 144 as the wanderers. So at 12:20 here, which is the 12 of the hanging man, the 20 of judgment, the first section here is the eagle, the hyena, and the crow. The eagle is landing, and the hyena is sent to go look out for them with the crow. Or the eagle is triggering the hyena to get up and go with the crow as the unicorn's flying in on the hawk, clearing the way or the runway. The eagle with passionate letter or communication to the Two of Cups, soulmate connection, with the Queen of Cups, working really hard or toiling and laboring. The hyena child in transition, being stubborn and refusing to budge, but was sent on their way along perhaps with the King of Cups, either to or to go get the King of Cups. The crow is looking out for all of the other wise birds, healing and forgiving, to come together in a clean family room for Thanksgiving. Soulmates stuck healing or blocked by the Knight of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Cups and King of Cups complete here. The second section is the hawk and the unicorn out in space doing grid work, and the hawk rushing in to clear the way or their schedule or an invite, as the hawk power male at 28 or twin flame is inspired or with the Page of Wands excited to come together with the Knight of Cups community. The unicorn is on a magic adventure with the King of Wands and his inner child. The King of Wands looking for a title, letter, or breaking the seal to seal the deal with the chariot, car, or vehicle of infiltration. The Page of Wands and the King of Wands are in for a ride. The third section here is the elephant, perhaps with a red eye or targeted, and the dragon's eye close up, the solar plexus. The two power players, Ellie marked to see things bigger than they truly are, or inspecting details to ground, integrate, and master the weight of the world, as or with the Page of Pentacles reversed, who's in need of help, or the Page of Wands specifically, to inspire them to great fortune. And the dragon's higher self completed his mountain to climb, and the King of Swords reversed with negative self-talk because of the wounded warrior's path that he had been on, lined with multiple transformations. The fourth section here is the lamb and the deer. Oh, so sweet. Target practice and doe eyes. How can you resist? Romantic pup or little lamb? Or pup with a whole lot of affection for exposing death, endings, or cold case files, or closing cases, or exposing funeral arrangements. And that could be people too, or looking for people with money. Or for a loved one who passed, perhaps their pet. Or the dear one, Queen of Cups, crossing twin bridges only to find the journey of despair or the pair of a man downtrodden with his pup. Or she and he, her pup. Or someone passed and their dog or pet needs a home, or it's the lover actually after a breakup. The fifth section here is the cobra, panther, the sea serpent, and the black egg, which is the throat chakra. Topping it off, the teacher cobra, kundalini, and the panther looking for trouble, or on the prowl looking for passion, creativity, and the whole truth. The cobra, King of Cups, is collapsing timelines to the Queen of Swords reversed with negative self-talk about the magician main male, and the panther exposing towers and powers and waiting for their ship to come in or leave and be present. But the older man has concerns about this shipment or their own martyrdom at 12:43, which is the hanging man and the coming together of the Three of Cups. Co-creating at 12:44, the grounding, integrating, and mastering of love, or Atlas energy of the weight of the world, with the loving lady and the emperor, with freedom for the mature man to roam. The black egg perhaps is the panther with child, and the page of cups with multiple faces of vulnerability, the wounded warrior down on their knee at the train station, destined, and the Queen of Swords reversed watching that ship sail with the emperor, wounded warrior, or with a wounded warrior about to give out or poop out after a long birthing process. The main male with concerns about aging and how far the journey will take them, or the magician main male is standing up to the mature man Hierophant or their father about the high vibrational journey they're on at 12:48, the hanging man and the walking away and within of the Eight of Cups. The sixth section here is the firefly, the octopus or octo, the horse, Mr. Ed, and the elk, the hothead. The firefly is excited to tell Octo about the horse and the elk, perhaps a fight they witnessed. The firefly may be the Queen of Wands, swans, letting go or letting them have it in a heated exchange, and she's very proud of herself. The octo is all hands or feet, and the Knight of Cups taking a gamble and dumping their emotional attachments or multiple loads on the wealthy man in transition, which may have been the fight, or little birdie or gnat told them to quit. The horse, aka Mr. Ed, or that comes up as God for me, with golden orange third eye, which are the colors that came up today, with the high priestess or higher self and good luck charm standing up for them to light the flame inspired by unexpected income or incoming passion. The elk hothead with wise counsel, which is kind of a sarcastic comment because then it comes up the Empress reversed and the Queen of Wands thief, right? That's the elk's wise counsel. And then the Queen of Wands let loose at work, dumping everything on the wealthy man in transition, with Mr. Ed standing up to the Empress reversed, occupational hazard of to catch a thief when it's one of your own at 12:56, the hanging man and the Two of Swords. So I didn't feel like it was finished there, so I pulled the energy deck cards, which was the Emperor's happy family, so to speak, and could be the sham fam, with unhappy golden child, right? The crowning achievement of the golden child, but she's not happy. She may be learning to love herself as the King of Cups is learning his confidence and empowerment on how to stand up to others. At home with scared or anxious little girl or pup, and the Queen of Cups clearing her masculine's heart, whether it's her masculine side or the masculine side, as one inspired to walk away in an exit strategy well played and all in their journal, as the Page of Wands is angry here and hostile that someone left, and the Angel of Strength is being very strong here. Or ship's log, so they're putting it all in their journal, or ship's log as they board, so that somebody could be going off on a cruise and saying, screw you, I'm leaving, I'm quitting, whatever, and they just left. But they may have planned it ahead of time. The Queen of Wands with there's someone walking away, right, saying she's the thinking woman, I got tons of opportunities, I have other doors to open, I'm not putting up with this. And then also coming up as her being a ticking time bomb, she's coming up as the thief, just waiting to go off with patience in storm warning. The Tasmanian devil was coming up here, someone who whips in and then whips out, taking everything with them, including the food, emptying the cupboards, leaving two girls high and dry, suddenly with the weight of the world on their shoulders, and the high priestess on a journey in the middle of the bridge, as the King of Wands is all tied up, but overall it's victory for the twins and peace of mind, as the contract is done at 1:06, the Magician and the Lovers. So that was pretty confirmative. There wasn't anything wishy-washy about it, just everything was coming up very directly. So now we have the twin flame read in front of you, which I'll turn the light on for that. All right, and this was done last night. I cut the deck at 7:14. Didn't I just say 7:14? Yeah, I guess so. So that's a big number, 7:14. 7 is, again, the Chariot. 14 is the Temperance card, that higher love or being patient and balanced and going off the beaten path. Yeah, let me show you the picture. Okay, so here's the read in front of you. the 7-deck read. The Syrian Starseed deck is the main deck. And for those of you not familiar with my reads, the other decks are the Rider-Waite Mini here, Romance Angels, Tarot Sexual Magic. We have the Numerology deck over there. We have the Gilded Tarot over there, the Universal Golden here. And of course, I always pull oracles at the end as well. So at 722, which is the Chariot and the Fool, E of Chalices came up. So again, E can be the Elohim, the Eve, the energy. It can be the E tower that the Divine Feminine's in. But it's mostly about the feminine energy. And that's about, and E is also the 5 of expansion of chalices, which is heart and emotion. And then Alice's came up again, which is bringing up the movie. Is it Whatever Happened to Alice? Or Go Ask Alice, right? So the ones who are addicted to drugs and they end up in jail all the time. I don't know if that was the movie. There was a really awful movie. I remember I saw it when I was really young. But I just remember there was a jailhouse scene where they talk about the one girl, like in a women's prison, getting raped with a broomstick. So there's some nasty energies coming up from that. But the Alice's also came up from the big underground machines between France and Switzerland that the elites are using to do God knows what. But Alice's was one of the machines down there too. So Alice, however you take Alice's, that's for you. And again, the emotion of heart of chalices, of hearts, and a lot of emotions coming up. And that was 22 to 23, which is coming off the Fool's Journey with the King of Wands. And then I finished clarifying at 734 to 35, which is the energetic exchange of the 8 of Wands into the Wounded Warrior, the 35 of the 9 of Wands. The major arcana in this read were Strength and Luna, which is Leo and Cancer. Before the read was Higher Self and the Great Wheel, which is Pisces and Libra for me. And then after the read was Ascension and the Hermit and the Tower, which is Pisces, Virgo, and Scorpio. So we had 3 cups, 2 pentacles, 1 wand, and 3 swords. The Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords were the main players here, but we also had the other 2 pages before the read, Page of Pentacles and Page of Cups. So you have all 4 pages here, whether it's just a lot of kids coming over for the holidays, or whether it's a lot of pets, or it's a lot of messages, right? Because there's always going to be all of those during Thanksgiving week. We have 3 double numbers, 44, 55, and 88. 44 and 88 were most significant here. 44 being can be the Atlas energy. It also is grounding, integrating, and mastering. What boredom is time to ground and integrate the energies you've just processed. And it's about learning to allow yourself to receive love. And then the 88 of the 2 twins dancing side by side between their masculine and feminine. The 55 of Excalibur and the Truth, which is coming up as the peace pipe today. And 45, which is the grieving card of the 5 of Cups, and the 89 of expansion and contraction of the Phi energy, or just staying in the middle, reflecting instead. 58 of the 4 of Swords, the 5D connection, or taking a break or resting, meditating, whatever it is you're doing, laying someone to rest. And 57 of the 3 of Swords also came up, as well as 78, the 10 of Pentacles, and 24 of the Queen of Wands. Anything I missed? Nope. All right, so the code line was all about completion, and the C was separated from Om-pletion, so a lot of meditation with Om, and then breathe. So you might want to say Om. But yeah, meditation and Om. And the messages were coming up as the collective consciousness, and then TC was coming up. I was just getting typecast. I wasn't getting that before, but someone being typecasted. There weren't many definitions. There's definitely more acronyms that go with TC, but I couldn't think of them at the time. But typecasted just came up. But what does come up is to type, like in chat rooms. But that's all that really came up for TC. But I know it's very familiar to me. So it came up as the collective consciousness, or that CC of carbon copying someone, perhaps typecasting someone. In the crazy 8s being key, the stone breaking plant, getting within to heal from within and doing that dance. The Page of Wands for the Page of Swords, and 9-inch nails, or dealing with grandmother, food, or contents, a man, or things not being even, right? At Thanksgiving, it's never fair. There's somebody who's not happy with something. Or to see, then take a time out with your third see, right? See with your eyes, see with your emotions, see with your Christ unity consciousness. But take a time out in between your sees. Someone might be drunk from ice, so someone might be making alcohol ice cubes. So drunk from ice being key here, or someone's breaking their balls. The energy of not giving a damn or making fun of someone is coming up. That's a Thanksgiving thing too. The seeker of drama for the seeker of thoughts and words, or intelligent conversation, or blind men and orphans. The Emperor, or the number 4. Maybe there's 4 of those who like to have intelligent conversation. The grandmother, the man, the contents, the food, and things not being even. To see, and see. But overall, with the grandmother especially, to fill up is the aim here of completion, right? For the grandmother, we're not finished until everybody's stuffed. And then this weird word came up, set-see. It's S-E-T, which came up as part of the coding, and it means wildcat. So it's definitely a wildcat coming in. But set, and this could be seeing the setup, like who's setting the table. This can be watching a sunset or a sunrise as well. But seeing the crazy 8 keys of the masculine and feminine, or sudden event of foolish behavior in the dance between the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords, or the seeker of drama versus the seeker of intellect, and the 9-inch nails of the grandmother. For completion, see completion. Then the wildcat, madman, or drunk fool who comes in, right? Everybody has one. The fool's dance here, the drunk fool dance with the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords who are not even. A sudden event, a time out, and then another sudden event, or now not giving a damn, or making fun of someone without 3, or without kicking them. Strong or strength of manifestation key for the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords with grandmother whose aim is to fill them up. So again, and this is like, sudden event after sudden event, kids crisis, to make sure to take a break between, but someone's, going to have enough after this. So the 8 of Cups is upright as the underlying energy on the top here. Focus that in. I didn't roll your die either. The 8 of Cups is that top card here, and then the mini cards on top. And then 5 cards down below. It starts with the higher self upright, the 7 of Pentacles, which is the divine feminine in the E tower upright, the Page of Pentacles upright, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and then the Page of Cups reversed, and then the 8 of Cups upright, walking away and within. So the higher self, the divine feminine's heart, with an invitation in the downturn that's perhaps rejected, and somebody walked away, whether it's her or the other person, I'm not sure which way it's going, or somebody went to the beach instead. Present in the moment to a gift or to gifts, or feeling a failure or needing attention, in a split, divide, or one big lie, as dependent or powerless, both practically and emotionally, with the 9 of Pentacles reversed and the 9 of Cups reversed, which can normally be 2 sovereign people who just don't want to be alone anymore, perhaps in a divorce, or justice in getting over a loss, regret, or oneself, or split and done with it, and just walked away. And that's syncing with the cards that I pulled from the message of the day as well. So I do want to roll the die here for you before I go on, before I forget. For the twin flames. All right, we have, in my hair, we have Neptune again. That's the second time that's come up this week, and we haven't seen Neptune in a while. And then Cancer, which is also the 69 of the Ace of Pentacles, which is an offer of a new life, time, money, and effort, or that life of perfect contentment. And then the 9, which is the Hermit. It's also the collective consciousness, the wise one, compassion. Of course, it's endings. So we have Cancer, Virgo, and Pisces there with Neptune. And Neptune's being all dreamy. with a lot of water there, and Virgo, which is there for purification and for compassion and endings. Okay, and they're very compatible energies with each other, those three. So again, Neptune, I don't know what Neptune's doing right now, so you might want to check out the aspecting on that astrologically. Yeah, but that's all about being dreamy and dreams that can come true, right? When you can believe in your imagination. That's going to, if it's supportive to that, that's what's coming up. So, which I believe it is, because there's definitely, the reads are going towards union here for sure. So we have those three energies, and then continuing on with the read. In the read was coming up Pisces right here, upright, and then Libra, both upright and reversed. So that can either be two Libras, one positive and negative, or it can be one person who's back and forth, or one can be a Libra sun and the other one has Libra in their chart, but it's not their sun. So done holding on and over it, or letting go to fix and make amends to help them get over it. With the world upside down, or the cycle almost done, with Pisces reversed, or the divine feminine in the 5D, knowing and keeping to themselves. With the Page of Pentacles, with an opportunity, invite, or this is a good student, or an earth sign. And the Queen of Swords upright, codependent, or both with Capricorn strong in their chart, or ball and chain. Or Capricorn child is rolling out the red carpet, or walking it. A two-part person here, as the Queen of Swords is the top and the Page of Pentacles is the bottom, in thongs or sandals, in one long green dress, shorter in front, the gift that keeps unwrapping itself as the gift goes on, or the Page of Pentacles invite to the Queen of Swords to see the show or to be their second. So the Page of Pentacles may be asking the Queen of Swords to be their other. The higher self of the Divine Feminine's heart is coming up as the Page of Pentacles, who may not be good with handling rejection at 823, which is the dance, and the King of Wands. The Three of Cups reversed. So when the Three of Cups is reversed, it ultimately means no joy, right? Because the Three of Cups upright is joy. So when it's reversed, you know, we're dealing with bad influences, people who party too much, people who gossip, people who are antisocial. It's about not coming together in joy. And it can be that third party energy as well. The third party heartbroken when the King of Swords stole their heart and ran away. The steering committee sneaking around behind his back, milking the rudders for all they're worth, or separated from bad influences or a negative group, or took off with the stuff behind the King of Swords' back, or he's aware and pretending not to so that he can catch them in the act. Romantic feelings comes up here, and beneath that, attraction, or snuck out of rehab or hospital or unit, or escaped the prison with liars and divide and separation. Strumming my pain with his fingers. So I was getting strumming my heart with his fingers as well. So strumming my pain with his fingers, singing my life with his words. That's definitely coming up. The three-way situation, and no tiny violin here, but a big harp. Sharing codependencies of offering time, money, and effort, perhaps too much. In a new life, in hopes of a home run, or a menage a trois, or three's company, or a man with two lovers, or they could just be also two people of great affection like kids. Or the Queen of Cups split, not interested in a three-way codependency or interested in settling out for a new life with a man with two girls. As the blue billowing curtain rises, after apples were put back, the man is caught with two lovers in the rose bushes out back, or two exes to pay out to, or might as well sleep with them both. And then the gnat showed up here at 840, which is the dance of the Page of Cups, innocence, the little gnat, and patience with number 2 of the High Priestess, and beneath that, compassion of 99, and Agent 99 coming up there, who needs to be really patient with, right, Max Smart, or 99 bottles of beer on the wall times 2 here, or pictures of a man and his daughters, but always hiding his partner's picture. And then new love comes up here, and going crazy or coming out with the Queen of Wands reversed third party, or a fiery gal with Virgo in her chart, or a bad influence, drinks, or partiers too, Or this could be people who are partying too much, or this could be a group who conjures with friends as well. No options to start over, using up all their chances, and that could be like the boy who cried wolf, and boom, someone gets kicked out or exploded, a sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, and all other options get thrown away, clear as day, with Virgo reversed and Scorpio upright. A towering moment and walking away from the devil incarnate as Capricorn, King of Swords, man with two lovers and patience. And again, like I said, the two lovers can be two women of affection. They don't have to be lovers. Or two of great affection, always in his arms for pictures. And that could be people they work with too. The underlying energy is the Knight of Cups upright, rushing in from the past, or after in the past feeling left for dead or betrayed with the Knight of Wands upright, or both now, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, leaving the past behind, dead and buried. Or both were the cause of someone else's great pain. So that could be kids as well. So going forward after this read is the Page of Wands reversed, bleeding out or caused another great pain, in disconnect or at a distance, reaping rewards of third-party lover synchronicities and taking a gamble in a losing battle with those out in the cold, destitute, injured or ill, with sudden events or drama, or all kicked out or fired, or with sudden insights on a big offer at 8:55, the dance between the masculine and the feminine, or manifestation of your dreams, and the 55 of the truth in Excalibur, the Ace of Swords. As we turn the page to 56, which is the Two of Swords, being in your knowing and keeping it to yourself, or pretending not to know so you don't have to deal with it. It can be someone who's unaware, but that, for me, that card denotes an intuition about it. There is information there to know. You either choose to deal with it or you choose not to know. That's the energy from that card for me. So this is energy about an insight on a big offer coming to Libra reversed, or a big offer that didn't work, and then the offer was reduced, right? So if someone rejected the first offer, the offer next time may be reduced to like nearly nothing. Then the Knight of Pentacles comes up reversed, completely cutting them off, turning their back on the Queen of Wands reversed and her unhappy family, with the King of Cups reversed and the Magician reversed, always dissatisfied or unhappy with themselves, holding back an announcement or refusing to answer the call and needing to swallow their pride, with the Page of Swords refusing to be forced by the King of Swords, or the King of Swords cutting them off, or leaving them to stay with the Emperor reversed and see how they like that. In the recent past is the Strength card upright in a breakthrough, birthing, and a rebel yell in a 5D connection, or after a break or a rest and sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, left feeling very vulnerable in the wounded warrior's surrender to involuntary sexual energy, with the Emperor reversed, who may be out of control or a pain in the ass, ending pain or betrayal with the world upside down, or the pain between the wounded warrior reversed and the Emperor reversed, and the divine feminine in the 5D world. Exposing all post-war, the Empress sharing heartbreak, disappointment, or separation, and Scorpio's upright, Leo, perhaps two Leos, both upright, and Taurus upright here, Aries and Pisces reversed, or Leo or child or pet suddenly vulnerable, or dreaming about being rejected and woke up yelling or very upset, surrendering to memories of sexual or physical abuse by the Emperor reversed in betrayal of the Pisces and or the divine feminine, exposing afterwards to the Empress, who then shared her heartbreak or disappointment and separation, or settled out with the Emperor reversed. The foundation is the Four of Swords, of rest, break, and the 5D connection of hanging out with an unhappy family. No call, no announcement, and needing to swallow their pride, with the High Priestess or Secret, or Pisces, Virgo, or Aquarius, and Capricorn here too. The central energy is the Eight of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Swords, perhaps not working out as the Knight of Swords rushes in with an announcement. The Twin Flames offering the Twin Flame offering the divine feminine one of his wands. Like, so he's the Two of Wands offering the feminine one of his wands. He could be giving her a choice or an ultimatum as well. But this is going to either the feminine in the 5D or a Pisces reversed. Though insecure at night in offering this post-war and keeping to themselves, or he's going through PTSD nightmares and just trying to stay sane, challenged by the Page of Wands reversed, who's all over the place, or being difficult, obstinate, or wanting to start over with Scorpio, or Dark Knight, or child depressed, and not talking to the King of Wands, in disconnect or at a distance, and not working out with the King of Wands, or between the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and perhaps the Page of Wands too, unless the Page of Wands is the Knight of Wands. We have Aquarius reversed and Libra reversed there, and a whole lot of fire with the fire family here. In the Queen of Cups reversed, death, or Scorpio who's really hurt or being manipulative, or Scorpio or Dark Knight defending the Queen of Cups' honor to Leo and Page of Pentacles, or a child and their pet, or the Page of Pentacles pacifying the beast by extending an invite to the Queen of Cups reversed. Leo, or pet, may be depressed without peace, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed wouldn't move or didn't get up at 9:21, which is the Hermit and the World complete. So they wouldn't get up with no option here. So they went to wake them. This is someone too where someone wouldn't wake up. So someone went in to wake them and they weren't alive anymore. So someone might have lost someone at night, and it may have been someone who they were expecting, but someone may have passed in their sleep. And that was at 9:22, the Hermit and the Fool. The Queen of Cups reversed is coming up between the Page of Pentacles upright and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, maybe going out for a bite together with the King of Pentacles. He may be frustrated or uninspired and losing patience or his temper with the Queen of Pentacles or fallen angel, Sagittarius reversed. And that energy may be between the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, and then shamed into the wounded warrior surrendering because they need peace. So now is the Nine of Swords reversed, hiding in the woods. Atlas with the weight of the world, the burdens, and lifting too much perhaps, or carrying too much in the marriage or divorce, or no help from Taurus reversed, or the Page of Wands reversed, for sunshine or exposure of separation or heartbreak, with the Magician with all their tools on board and manifesting like crazy, when all of a sudden the tower explodes and the Queen of Swords shares her insights. It says here, take my thoughts and ideas, then take my time, money, and energy. Seeing synchronicities and purging or push to the emotional limit. So it's like them hearing the feminine say, here, take all, I'm not asking you for anything. Just take it. Take my thoughts. If you're stealing them or whatever, take my thoughts, take my ideas, take my time, money, and energy. And then seeing synchronicities of purging or being pushed to the emotional limit with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community. That could be a legacy as well, or the world and heaven on earth. And the Cancer reverse standing up at night to the evil Empress, or Taurus, and the Knight of Cups reverse, which can be someone who's really jealous about them reaping rewards of their efforts. The lovers out in the cold, ending conflict with no more flirtation games with soulmates, or no longer obsessing about cutting cords or being strong-armed and powerless to being strong-armed by Leo tackling the boar or forcing them to drink the water, or a dependent Sagittarius reversed, and a Leo or strong Queen of Pentacles here. Soulmates may bump into each other as the Fool is upside down, reversed, or falling on their face or embarrassing themselves, bumping into the Knight of Cups reversed, who may be busy breaking patterns of jealousy or insincerity, with the King of Pentacles reversed, or someone being really stubborn, and because of that, things not working out. The lovers fall into jealousy and dropping the ball, stubbornness and overwork. And soon as the Four of Cups reversed, coming off the island unto oneself, after depressed and paralyzed by their passions, with sun and fun with kids, or exposing the fallen angel, or losing patience, going crazy, or a parent who is, perhaps dementia or Alzheimer's, and coming out in a losing battle to start over without peace. And the Knight of Cups reversed, jealousy and brokenness, or moody in a breakup, or breakdown, or breakthrough. Or the Knight of Cups reversed is a Cancer reversed. We also have Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Virgo reversed, Leo upright here. The twin flames seeing themselves as the moon or Luna upright, romantics. And the romantics could be coming up here. And the King of Cups reversed, released from a prison by sharing or settling out. And the Page of Swords may be advertising or spreading the word. As the Devil is an energetic exchange or a heated exchange with the Queen of Pentacles, the lovers with the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles may be looking the other way. And then flirt comes up. Soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate, and it is safe for you to love. Around the twins or how they're seen is the Queen of Pentacles. Again, upright. Now on the moon, we have the King and Queen of Pentacles with the Lovers card in between them. But there's also a negative exchange or delays connected between the Devil and the Page of Swords, which can be a message or a child, sending negative messages or perhaps telling stories or causing delays between the Capricorn or Devil and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is lovers with the King of Pentacles. But they're both kind of looking other ways right now. But they're all upright there. Except for the King of Cups, he's not. So around the twins or how they're seen is that Queen of Pentacles again, moving or visiting the Three of Pentacles workplace, and that can be any place of co-creation, whether it's school or church, when the Knight of Swords comes rushing in with a message or to stop by or to stop the wedding, trying to end a sister or suffering in silence with the Empress upright over the Knight of Swords, or the Queen of Pentacles is moving out but wants the business, or no one's making any deals without the Empress's okay. So with stopping the wedding, there's definitely a few movies coming up here that you may be watching, and that's why it's coming up. So someone stopping the wedding can come up, serendipity can come up with that. And also, what's it called? The student. Why can't I think of the name? You know what I'm talking about, you know, with the student and the older woman. The graduate, thank you. Or a party or wedding ended before it began, or someone's watching, like I said, serendipity, or Sex in the City when Beg got married and then returned and Carrie threw up. Challenged by the Page of Swords messages in need of peace or a warm place to stay or a warmer climate or taking a hike. We have completion here, but even more so, a love partnership and music. Perhaps things didn't work out with Libra reversed and Sag reversed, or fallen angel, or losing patience, or a moody drinker who likes to be naked and flash their boobs. Somebody's over it, and of course that can be someone who gets drunk. But somebody's definitely over it. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is letting go to make repairs or amends, but it might be too little too late. Connected to the Knight of Wands reversed, depression. With Pisces reversed and the Divine Feminine in the 5D, the Hermit is reversed in disconnect or at a distance, yet towering inferno with the Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave in exile. So that was very interesting. All right. And I watched We before, W-E, about the king who abdicated his throne. It was I love the music in that movie. It's so romantic. And also, I watched the movie on, I forget what it's called, about John Keats. And that too, the music is very romantic energy this week coming up, especially with the music. So let's see what comes up with the cards now. What do I want to pull? Yeah, I want to pull the Animal Spirit deck. Even though we pulled a lot of cards already. I was thinking I'd be going to a different deck, but no. All right, what's our takeaway from this read today? What do we have to look forward to for Thanksgiving? It's already Tuesday. All right. Take a deep breath. Thanksgiving. The cheetah. Check that out. Talk about aggressive energy. Someone unexpected may be popping in. And then we have the lizard pretending like they didn't know this was going to happen. They probably invited them. And then we have, look at this, and then we have the frog, right? They're matching their energy. Only the frog becomes a prince, and then they don't match the lizard anymore. So I don't know if this is someone these are people they invited, or perhaps somebody may be cheating. And the frog is feeling very vulnerable. Again, that's the frog becoming the prince. Like, you know, Singing in the Rain, sad. This can be Love Rain on Me by The Who. Like, who's coming to dinner? And then we have the frog talking to the buffalo, who's going to make them feel very grounded. Like, this will make them feel better. After dealing with this energy, they're not in some, whoever's dealing with this energy is not going to feel safe. That's very, very territorial. This is very aggressive energy. Let me just look at these for a second. Oh, and there here's that chaos. This came up in one of the reads as the first card, right? So again, the accident, the fight, that everyone can't stop themselves from looking at it. And this isn't the situation to heal it unless you're healing a wound. This is where people are coming because they want a piece of something. They want to see the action. They want to see what happens. And there we have the elephant. This could also be a fight for the food. And the ants, somebody left food out and the ants got to it. Someone might not be happy about that. And the elephant could be stomping, right? Look at their big feet. They're clearing the way as they go. They're carrying their flame in their nose, and they got a target on their head, or perhaps they have red eyes from being up all night because of all the rugrats making messes. And then we have a fish out of water with the Lion King. And the lion seems to be very happy with the cosmic egg over there. They're ignoring everybody else. They may be the fish out of water, actually, but they're fine on their own, like not paying attention to any of this nonsense that's going on here. All right, so Leo seems fine. There's a lot of aggression here, a lot of fire, a lot of lizard energy, too. But there's stability. The buffalo will bring stability there. It's like the frog is hiding in the, is like hiding or getting the buffalo to protect them or something, I don't know. And those could be, you know, the lizard and the frog could be two kids coming to get help from the buffalo for safety because they're scared of these two guys. All right? So here's these two, really aggressive, just darting in. And then these two are kind of running the other way to the buffalo for safety, right? And these could be animals that got out too. And maybe there's two pets that are in a fight here. But the kids or whoever these two are running to the buffalo for security because they're very well grounded. All right, but there's kind of chaos here, right? Like I said, these could be messes, there could be accidents. You know, it's Thanksgiving. And then someone's pissed off, right? Because someone gets hurt, or, you know, it's like this parent stomping in, what's going on? Like, you know, I'm done with this. So let's see what else is coming up here. So, of course, when the elephant comes in yelling at the crowd here to disperse, the fish feels out of place here because they may be a guest and not knowing what to make of all of this. And then we have the lion who's ignoring it all. Yeah, it's the same old, whatever. And this is their crowning moment. They're just happy to be around all the kids. That's my brother. All right. Okay, so the next three cards here, just to show you, is the turtle, the bat, and the octopus. So it's not getting any better there. There's definitely going to be some chaos here. Right? The octopus is the one who's all hands at Thanksgiving. The bat may be lost in space, or they don't know what to do with themselves. They're besides themselves. And the turtle's saying, leave me alone. I want none of it. Don't fence me in. Get away. And then there's the old person there who's exhausted. And they can't move even if they wanted to. But through all of this is big transformation coming up here. And there could be someone, you know, who is a new person transforming, and they're learning how to deal with all this chaos, which is why they're going through it. And we eventually get to the swans here. We have the raccoon again coming up, right, hiding their face. You know, this could be someone wearing a mask with the new baby, transforming, and then this is a really high vibe energy whispering in their ear, or someone talking to them, but they're really high vibe. Or this is someone who just talks a lot, but they're high vibrational. And then we have the swans coming together. So there's a little bit of everything there. The bottom of the deck is the peacock, right? What you see is what you get, right? Maybe this is the one who always shows up every year with the same outfit on too. But again, this is the one who's beautiful within, beautiful without. And they're the colors of balance of the chakra system, right? Because you have the solar plexus, the heart, and then the throat chakra. So the peacock is very well balanced. And that can be the hostess with the mostess as well. But there may be some shark energy behind them here, whether it's them or someone else who they're with. Or just when they think everything's settled in the underlying energy here, the shark attacks, you know, the small little otter, the sweet and innocent ones over here. There's a shark attack there. And there could be literally a shark attack, but I hope not. It's probably just the shark, you know, the person in the family who's the shark. So yeah, there's some craziness for sure. But the buffalo and the lion are your stability there if you want to run for cover. And the cosmic egg, which is the crown, the collective awakening. But the Leo's fine with that, right? They're used to chaos. They love the kids and stuff like that. So let's see what else comes up with the journey of love. It's 121 and 244. It was just 22 here too. So the world, the magician, the fool's journey, and then the 244 of the high priestess and the grounding, integrating, and mastering of love, and the atlas energy of carrying the weight of the world. It's all going to come together all at the same time for Thanksgiving this year. Okay, so from the journey of love, we have the ethereal touch, keep it light. 27 is that new passion, inspiration, growth, creativity. Use your creativity and passion to keep things very light. Always coming back to center again. Keep it simple with the swan, pure and graceful. That's the Knight of Pentacles, the humble, loyal servant. Be at their service for those people who can't handle it or freaking out. Just be calm. Be there to be of service. Be inspired and be creative. And then we have the bride offering herself with the 43 and coming together, but there's so much. This is the shit show. That's the chaos of Thanksgiving. It was supposed to be this calm, peaceful, light thing, and then what happened? How did this all occur? And then crash as the King and Queen of Wands crash into each other in the breaking. Bumping into each other. Drop into your heart. That's the only place to communicate from. As the bottom of the deck is the Earth Angel, 54 is the message. Message received. Man of the earth, woman of the sky, walking away and within when needed. Be the earth angel with a small message, right? Page of Swords is a very small amount of communication. Because when there's a lot of energy like this, you want to resonate with each other's, or meld each other's energies together before you start to speak. Drop into your heart. Don't speak from your head. This is a coming together here. It's a big opportunity to drop into your heart. The Page of Pentacles, an opportunity. So there you go. That's important. So I'm going to read the ants, and I'm going to read the ethereal touch. All right, so the ants, the fire ants, which are fire. A lot of fires. The fire ants first. Yep, fire ants is first. Aggression, rigid thinking, and my gnat's here. Hi, Nat. Aggression, rigid thinking, and following orders. The fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. When in balance, they're thoughtful and disciplined, but when they're out of balance, they argue, excess heat, gossips. To bring back into balance, solo time, walks at night. So again, your advice is walk away and within. Okay? Walk away. Go out of the house. Take a walk around the block, and you'll be fine, and come back. All right, then we have the Ethereal Touch 27. Spirit is present in your very touch at this time, and you're having an impact in the world around you, particularly your close relationships, in ways that are far more profound than may be immediately obvious. The touch of your soul is ethereal, spiritual, of light and sound. It moves the heart and opens pathways of possibility through love, faith, and trust that would otherwise be impossible to access. Trust the presence of the divine in your touch, physical and spiritual. Your healing presence is making waves of love rise and stir in this world, and the divine lives and breathes through you, beloved. Remember that though the sacred temple of your body gifts you with hands through which to hold and give, it is the soul within the flesh that renders touch a sacred healing. This oracle guides you to accept and embrace your healing abilities, and to trust that you can feel your way through life by opening your hands to receive and taking hold of the opportunities, as we just talked about, that are presented to you. You are meant to touch the world with your spirit. In a world of no coincidences and no mistakes, you are heaven sent. I thank God for the opportunity to know you, to experience your kindness, your generosity, and most of all, our love. How long I've waited to open my heart and bare my soul, to let my power comfort and my arms hold, to let my wisdom counsel and my love awaken, while this is only the beginning. When I look in your eyes, I know. It was 2626 when I finished that, which is the Page of Wands times 2. Lots of inspiration and excitement. All right, drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, and get your nature. Rise and be loved, guys. I will see you soon. Have an amazing day.